Hello, people of YouTube. Today I will have for you some thoughts, some comparisons between The Forest video game released in 2014 and Lost TV series, which was released in 2004 and ended in 2010. So, as most of you who are watching this have played The Forest is a great game, an awesome game. I really liked it. I think it's certainly up there in the top five of the games I have ever played. And but I think most of you are not familiar with Lost, the TV series. So I will have to summarize a bit for you first. In the Lost, there is a plane traveling from, I think, Australia, Sydney to US, if I'm not mistaken. And then, because of some weird coincidences and happenings, the plane loses control, crashes in the air, and crashes into the island. The island, like in the forest, there's an island, you can't escape it. There are cannibals in the island, and you are battling them and trying to find your son. Well, yeah, the primary objective is to try to find your son. But in the Lost, there are a lot of similarities, so I'm gonna get into this in a second. I took some pictures, uh, in the forest there is a sailboat off the coast a little bit, that you get to explore. In Lost, there is also a sailboat that the people on the island, the survivors of the plane crash, are going to look into. And I'm not gonna try to spoil too much for you if you haven't seen The Lost. So it's not The Lost, sorry, Lost. So yeah, there are kind of weird things happening. So this is the picture of the plane crash. At first, they gather and try to save everyone and to try to form a community, sort of. But that is not too much similar. The similarities are that in Lost, uh, there's also this kind of a hatch that they find on the ground. Well, it's covered in dirt, and they find this hatch, and they try to get into it, just like in the forest. You have this vault door, yeah, open with this program. Vault door in, where you find this facility. Okay, when I said I'm not gonna spoil anything, then I'm gonna stop right here and say I'm gonna spoil a lot, but I'm trying not to spoil everything, like the endings. I'm trying not to spoil this, but I'm going to definitely spoil Lost and The Forest for you if you have not played the game at all. So, you have this vault door that leads you into this kind of a testing facility, or we don't know what. And well, I haven't focused too much on the game when I played it. I think I haven't figured it all out. But you have this facility, and you have these artifacts in the forest, where one brings people to life and such, and then the other artifact, when you are at the end of the game, the forest, you go to this building, you go high up with the elevator, and then you activate this sort of uh, artifact, and it shoots the plane, or I don't know, some kind of electromagnetic pulse shoots the plane, and then the plane crashes, and then you get to take the kid and swap it, basically, for your kid. Yeah, I totally spoiled the ending for you right there. But yeah, so basically in Lost, you have similar things. Like at the first hatch, there are several hatches in Lost. So I'm gonna try and say as it is. So quickly summarize this because you don't maybe know anything about Lost. So a plane crashes. There are 40 something survivors. You try to make ends do. You try to find food and such, and then you find this weird hatch, and then you find this weird boat and find old dynamite in the boat, and you get the boat to the vault door, and they blow up this vault door, and there's a man living in there, not this guy. This guy is a survivor from the plane crash. But yeah, you find that in there is sort of a system that you have to keep intact, and this system is sort of a power that destroyed their plane. This sort of a magnetic pulse destroyed their plane, just like in the forest. So the plane crashes, and the tail lands in one side of the island, and the nose lands on the other side, just like in the forest. You have the tail and the nose, different places. You have to find them, where the pilots are. Well, it's not exactly copied, I would say. And it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's awesome. Well, I haven't seen Lost. Oh, yeah, I have seen Lost now, but when I started playing The Forest, I hadn't seen Lost, so I didn't know. I mean, I found Forest awesome, and I would have found The Forest awesome even if I would have played watched Lost. But yeah, there are a lot of similarities. I mean, the sailboat's a little thing, you can have a sailboat in a game, but all the hatch system, and in the Lost TV series, there's sort of a uh, this kind of facility also in there, like in the forest, where they do tests and all that kind of thing. So yeah, it's very similar. So this is the first hatch they find, and they look down the hatch. So, if you haven't seen Lost, I would definitely suggest you watch Lost. If you like The Forest, you're gonna love Lost. Uh, the first season, the first season is kind of slow. I'll admit it. The first season is kind of slow. The second one at start is kind of slow as well, but it really picks up. It's not. I'm not saying it's uninteresting. It is interesting, but at the start, the second season is kind of slowish. So as you can see, there are 6 seasons. But at the end of the second season, like in the midway to the end, it is really taking off, and it is interesting. And I have made it to season 3 now. Season 3 is where I'm at. Uh, and yeah, I'm being surprised all the way. It's really interesting, but it was quite popular, and people have watched this, so I'm not surprised if you have seen it. But yeah, I think it's kind of forgotten. It's not that new. It's 2004 till 2010. It's not that new, but it's still very interesting. And if you watch it, then you can see, and you have played The Forest, you can see how many similarities there are when you are watching this. Honestly, guys, seriously, there are so many similarities. It just amazes you how close it is, and I am happy it is close like this, because this is a genre. I don't know what genre is it, but uh, it's so I don't know, mind dwelling. It's so interesting to me to watch both The Lost and Play The Forest. They were exceptional TV series and an exceptional game. Definitely suggesting you guys to check them both out. I'm sorry if the video isn't too professional. I mean, I just wanted to, get the point out there, show you what the forest is and what the lost is. So yeah, you can totally check these things out. I don't know if this is a common knowledge that they are similar. Maybe this is a totally common knowledge and everyone already knows, and I'm the last guy to know. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to make this kind of a video to show you that they are quite similar. And if you have played The Forest and wanna be in touch more with this kind of things happening, then totally watch Lost. Or if you have watched Lost and figured that maybe there should be a game about it someday, well, there is a game about it. Well, in Lost, there are no cannibals, though, but there are the others who live on the island mysteriously, and who come and take people, and they have weird encounters with each other. So, and there's also kind of smoke monster in Lost, and all these weird things. And I haven't There are 6 seasons, and I am at the third. So third, I've seen like one part of the third season. So, uh, yeah, I don't know too much. I think I know a lot, something about the Lost, but not too much, not everything, certainly. So yeah, definitely check out both of them. I really suggest it. I loved The Forest. I loved it. I mean, if you are not too keen about fighting cannibals or something, you can turn off the cannibals. There are settings for that. I think I'm pretty sure there are. And if you are, it's really fun to play with a friend. I played with a friend on the hard mode, I think it was called, and it was really fun. It wasn't too hard, but it was kind of realistic, and it was fun. So I certainly suggest playing the forest with a friend. Playing with friends is obviously most of the times better. You can play it alone as well. It's gonna be good anyway. So yeah, I was decided to make this kind of a small video. I think I've been rambling for a long time now, but yeah, guys, I think maybe I shared some knowledge, to you about the Lost and the Forest that you didn't maybe know before. Sorry if I spoiled something for you. I hope it won't ruin your experience. It maybe a little bit change it, but it won't be too bad. And yeah, thank you for watching, and have a great day. Bye.